Hi friends, welcome. I've got a little short yin practice for you today. I'm going to be focusing on the upper half of the body. And let's start by coming to find a comfortable seated position. Once you're there, lengthen the spine, let the shoulders fall away from the ears and start tuning in with your breath. Letting it deepen naturally, so that the inhales start traveling down through to your lower belly, and let your exhales be nice and long. Perhaps there's a couple deep intentional breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Start grounding and softening that energy. Welcoming in those nice deep exhales and allowing them to bring some softness to your body, your face. This gentle presence. Calming of the mind and an arriving down into this present moment. Maybe with one or two more deep breaths, you can start to blink open the eyes and make our way into a tabletop position from here. In this tabletop, shoulders are stacked over the wrists, hips over the knees. We'll start to tune in with the breath, taking some cat-cow movements with your spine. So the inhale is the arch, the opening, tailbone. Lift the gaze up to the sky, and as you exhale, tuck the tailbone round, send gaze through to your navel. Keep moving between this cat and cow shape, allowing yourself to be led by the rhythm of your own breath, waking up the spine. And then let's come back to a neutral tabletop. From here, we're going to come to find our first posture, which is puppy. So the hips stay stacked over your knees, and then let's extend both arms towards top of the mat. You can rest your forehead down onto the earth. Maybe it's the chin if you have the space, maybe the chest, allowing the belly and the chest to melt down. If you want some extra support, that might look like a bolster or a cushion underneath your upper chest here, so that there's something to rest upon. I'm going to spend a total of 3 minutes in this shape now. In the target area here, you should feel a nice stretch through your armpits, a little bit through that chain of muscles in the front body, the chest, maybe in the throat if the chin rests onto the earth. And allowing your breath to help settle you down here. Grounding the energy with each exhale, your chest can melt a little bit deeper towards the earth. Now in our yin practice, finding some softness in the way that we hold our body in this shape. So only the engagement that you need to stay here, and allowing the rest, the physical body, the muscles to be soft. Eyes can be closed, forehead melts. Those muscles around the abdomen start to release. Just coming up to that halfway mark now. Now we're really channeling this quality of yin in the way that we hold our body in these shapes here. Yin is all about quiet, stillness, nourishment, yielding. So we're staying with the sensation of stretch through the body. doing our best to keep the mind and the body still. And for many of us, this is not the easiest thing to do. So used to getting caught up in our lives, moving from place to place. How does it feel to give yourself the permission to be completely still here? To be anchored completely in the present. Now let's welcome in a final deep breath in this posture. And then let that next breath guide you to your exit, towards a rebound lying on the belly. Snake the hips down towards the earth. And you can make a pillow for the forehead with the palms or rest a cheek onto the earth. And we use these times in our rebounds to recover physically from what can be an intense stretch. Staying in stillness and rest until the traces of the pose start to fade away. Notice what is left behind in the heart and the mind and your energetic body. Let's take a final breath in your rebound. And then we're going to come to find our next posture. For this one, we'll extend the right arm out towards the side. It can be straight, the elbow a little higher than the shoulder, or you can make a right angle as I've done here. And then start bending up the left knee and roll onto the outside edge of the right hip. Now you have a few options with shapes of the legs and the arms here. If it reaches, then the left foot can find the earth behind you. You can keep the left hand where it is or bring it round and behind, tucked underneath the waist. Slightly kinder option here. You can bend up both legs and stack the knees on top of one another. If you've got a cushion handy, it can be nice to place that in between the knees for just a little bit more rotation through the hips there. And again, same option with that left hand. Try a couple of variations, see what feels good, what position through the right arm, and then settle. We're going to spend the next 3 minutes here. And the target area for this shape now should feel a nice deep stretch through the right side of the front of the shoulder, the chest. It's a bit of a twist here as well, so maybe you feel that through the abdomen, the obliques. Using 1 or 2 breaths to settle. And then start finding that yin-like quality through the body again. Relax the muscles in your face. Relax the fingers, the toes. With each breath, allowing space to be created through the target area. I like to imagine that the in-breaths that I take, there's some expansion through this chain of muscles there. And then as I exhale, the kind of softening into the space created. So the muscles, they get longer, they let go. Perhaps you notice the mind start to wander, an urge to move, to fidget. Know that those are natural, they will come. And if you need to anchor down into something in the present, let that be your breath. One more. And then we make our exit, letting the belly and the chest come all the way down. Find that rebound lying on the belly again. Now let's take a final breath in your rebound, make it nice and deep. And then when you're ready, time for that same shape on the opposite side now. So this time it is your left arm that extends out. Remember, elbow in line with the shoulder or a little higher. Your arm can be bent at a 90-degree angle or it can be straight. Same options. You can keep that left leg long, find the earth with the right foot. Maybe you stack the knees. Maybe there's something, cushion, rolled up blanket between the knees, and you can leave that right arm where it is, or maybe you wrap it around and behind to tuck it underneath your waist. First breaths in the posture, use them to settle. We'll spend 3 minutes here again. Letting the inhales make space through where you feel this stretch most deeply. There's a bit of resistance there, maybe some tightness. The exhales wash over, bringing with them kind of release, relaxing through the muscles, so that the sensation can start to settle into the yin parts of your body. Connective tissue, the fascia, the ligaments. And remember, you can adjust if you need to adjust. We're trying our best to keep still. Coming up to that halfway mark now. Stay with your experience. Stay with your breath. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. And then when you're ready to make your exit, letting the hips and the chest roll back down to rebound on your belly. You can rebound somewhere else if you prefer, child's pose, lying on your side, just somewhere that you can give the body a chance to recover. Now let's take one more nice deep breath in your rebound. And then it's time to make our way to our next posture. Just off up onto the chest. For this one, we're going to take a straight jacket. So thread that right arm underneath the left, palms face up. Now, as you drop the chest towards the earth, let the hands travel away from each other. You can rest your chin onto the arm, or maybe there's a brick or a book, some sort of support underneath your forehead here. If it's too intense, the way that you make this less intense is by walking the hands a little further away from your body. Now you should feel a nice deep stretch through this complicated chain of muscles around the shoulder blades here, your upper back. We'll spend 3 minutes in this shape. As always, letting those first few breaths be a kind of anchor for you. Settling into the stretch, into the posture. Starting to encourage a gentle releasing with each breath that you take. Letting go of some gripping around the traps, the upper back muscles, the lats. With each breath, the chest and the head become a little heavier. And you can imagine that there's a kind of melting taking place here. Melting of tension, of engagement through your muscles. And the lower body is relaxed here too. From the tips of the toes, all the way up through the legs and into your glutes. Your whole body is held in softness, becomes heavier. Now let's take a final deep breath. And then when you're ready, gently making your way to a rebound of your choice. Again, suggestion here to lie on your belly. If you prefer to be somewhere else, then be there. And there should be a nice release after this stretch. It feels like a kind of spreading warmth around the upper back. Just watching for the imprint, the traces left on the physical body by the pose. Now let's take a final deep breath in your rebound. And when you're ready, time for straight jacket on the opposite side. So lift the chest up and make a bit of space so that you can thread the arms over one another this time. The left arm is beneath the right. letting the chest melt down, pushing palms away from each other. Again, rest the chin on that right arm or forehead on a brick, cushion, some sort of support. 3 minutes here. Letting the in-breaths expand through the upper back, the target area. And the out-breaths wash away gripping tension, any place, anything that you are holding onto. The lower body is soft, the glutes, legs, soles of the feet, tips of the toes. There is no engagement anywhere. Just passing that halfway mark now. Our final deep breath. And then use that next breath to make your exit. Lift up the chest, unravel the arms. And this time, gonna combine the rebound and our final rest in Shavasana. Moving as little as possible, you can just simply spin around so that you come to lie on your back. Set up in comfortable position for you, perhaps a support underneath the knees. Let your ankles be wide, arms nice and wide, palms shine up to the sky. And take a little self-adjustment here if you like by bringing the hands underneath the base of the skull and kind of pulling up with the head so that the chin tucks towards the chest. Compress the shoulders down and yourself a little massage in the jaw, the ears, the temples. A big breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through your mouth and settle. This last few minutes of integration, quiet and of softness. Now, if you've got nothing pressing to do right now, nowhere to be, then I encourage you to let this video run, stay here for as long as feels good. And when you're ready to come back, you can let your breath guide you back gently, letting it deepen, gently waking up the body. Closing your practice in a way that feels right to you. Thanks so much for your trust, for joining me here today. Wherever you are, I hope you're happy, healthy, safe, and I will see you next time.